Success isn't just about talent or hustle, it's about emotional control. When frustration, fear, or doubt take over, even the most skilled people lose their edge. Emotions are powerful, but if left unchecked, they cloud judgment, ruin relationships, and lead to impulsive decisions. High achievers don't lack emotions, they've mastered them. They've learned how to feel deeply without being ruled by those feelings. They take a pause before reacting. They remain focused when the world around them is falling apart. Mastering your emotions is not a sign of weakness, it's a strategic advantage. It's how you stay consistent, clear-headed, and in control, especially when the pressure is at its peak. That's the true key to lasting success. I'll show you the inner shifts that separate those who are controlled by their emotions from those who command them. You'll learn how to stop reacting on impulse, how to build emotional discipline, and how to train your mind to stay calm when everything else is in chaos. The true master key to personal success isn't found in external circumstances. It's in our ability to control our feelings. History is filled with examples of remarkable individuals who, despite humble beginnings, rose to greatness through emotional mastery. Take Abraham Lincoln, for example, a name synonymous with resilience and composure. Born into poverty, he faced failure, loss, and countless obstacles. Yet, through it all, he maintained an unwavering ability to stay calm in the midst of chaos. His life wasn't defined by ease, but by the disciplined control of his emotions. Lincoln famously said, "Most folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be," reflecting his belief that emotional self-governance was the foundation of his success. During the American Civil War, as the nation was torn apart and personal loss threatened to overwhelm him, Lincoln's composure became his greatest strength. He didn't let panic or despair control him. He channeled his emotions in a way that guided the nation toward unity. His calm and measured responses transformed potential disasters into stepping stones of progress, cementing his legacy as one of America's greatest leaders. The ability to master your emotions reaches beyond leadership. It impacts every area of your life. When you control your emotions, you shift from reacting to responding, from impulsivity to thoughtfulness, from weakness to empowerment. Your emotions become tools that propel you toward your goals. When left unchecked, they become chains that hold you back, leading to stress, mediocrity, and missed opportunities. Think about how many chances you've lost because of anger, fear, or frustration. How many relationships have been strained by emotional outbursts? It's time to change that. Decide right now to view your emotions as your greatest allies. See them not as uncontrollable forces, but as internal engines that, when skillfully guided, can push you forward to unimaginable heights. By learning to master your feelings, you unlock a well of strength and resilience, opening doors to limitless potential. Let today be the beginning of your emotional mastery. Start by observing your feelings, understanding where they come from, and learning to direct that energy positively. Make it a habit to stay composed in adversity, optimistic in uncertainty, and relentless in your pursuit of excellence. When you master your emotions, you don't just react differently. You become a different person. You gain clarity of purpose, inner strength, and an ability to positively influence the world around you. Ladies and gentlemen, the key to unlocking your full potential is already in your hands. Mastering your emotions unleashes your greatest internal power, opening the door to a life of achievement, fulfillment, and greatness. The first critical step to mastering your emotions is to define clear, compelling goals. Without a precise direction, your emotions become scattered, reactive, and ineffective in pushing you forward. But when you set vivid, compelling objectives, your emotions transform into powerful allies, guiding and energizing your path to success. Take Thomas Edison, for example. His name is synonymous with persistence and innovation. Edison didn't just stumble upon his success. He relentlessly pursued one clear goal: to create a lasting, practical electric light. His journey was anything but easy. It was filled with countless trials, setbacks, and failures. But his unwavering clarity of purpose served as an emotional anchor, allowing him to remain resilient and optimistic. Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each setback became a stepping stone rather than an emotional barrier, precisely because his goal was crystal clear. Why does clarity in your goals have such a powerful impact on your emotions? The answer lies in the way our minds work. Without clear goals, our emotional energy drifts aimlessly, reacting to daily frustrations and distractions. But with clearly defined goals, your mind has a point of reference, a guiding beacon, channeling emotional reactions constructively toward achievement. Instead of getting overwhelmed by temporary setbacks or distracted by fleeting pleasures, your emotions align with your aspirations, driving you forward with purpose. Today, I encourage you to take a moment to define what you truly want to achieve. What is your electric light? The achievement that will illuminate your life with satisfaction, pride, and fulfillment? It could be a career milestone, personal growth, financial freedom, or improved relationships. Whatever it may be, clarity is key. To make this process truly effective, write your goals down clearly. The act of writing reinforces both commitment and clarity. Take it a step further by visualizing your goals daily, vividly imagining yourself accomplishing them. When you visualize consistently, your emotions begin to resonate deeply with those goals, channeling enthusiasm, determination, and confidence. Your subconscious mind starts working behind the scenes, guiding you toward your destination. The precision of your goals directly impacts their emotional power. Vague goals create weak emotional energy, while specific, detailed goals activate your emotional compass, creating intense motivation and powerful momentum. Instead of saying, "I want success," clarify exactly what success means to you. "I will become financially independent by the age of 35," or "I will earn that promotion within 12 months." This kind of clarity provides tangible targets for your emotional energy to relentlessly pursue. The process is simple but transformative. Define, record, and visualize your goals. This daily ritual ensures your emotional energy is directed purposefully, empowering you to overcome obstacles, maintain focus, and sustain enthusiasm, even in the most challenging circumstances. Each clearly defined goal serves as a lighthouse, guiding your emotional responses and helping you stay on course, no matter how turbulent the waters. Ladies and gentlemen, emotional mastery begins with the clarity of your aspirations. Just as Edison's clear objective fueled his resilience, let your precise, compelling goals energize and direct your emotional compass. By defining exactly what you want to achieve, your emotions become powerful tools, accelerating your journey toward success and fulfillment. In the 1950s, Walt Disney stood at a crossroads many times. Battered by rejection, financial ruin, and skeptical investors, the world saw a man who dared to dream too big, too differently. But Mr. Disney, fueled by vision and emotional resilience, turned failure into a launching pad. What the world eventually received wasn't just a company, it was a universe of imagination. Disneyland, which opened in 1955, became a beacon of creativity, joy, and relentless perseverance at MR. Disney's journey teaches us an essential truth. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardship. It's about thriving through it, facing storms not with just endurance, but with a spirit that says, "This will make me stronger." Emotional resilience is not the absence of pain or fear, but mastering how we respond to them. Life doesn't promise smooth roads. Each of us, at some point, is tested by adversity. Whether it's a career failure, loss in relationships, financial struggles, or battles with self-doubt, we are given two choices. The first is to let adversity overwhelm us. The second is to rise, learn, and allow hardship to forge us into something stronger. Mr. Disney chose the second path. He famously said, "All the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me." These weren't just words. They were the philosophy behind every setback he faced. When others would have given up, he adapted, learned, and pushed forward with even more determination. Emotional resilience is built the same way muscles are, through stress, strain, and recovery. You don't become emotionally strong by avoiding discomfort. You grow through it. The key is in how you interpret your experiences. Do you see challenges as punishment or preparation? Do you view failure as an ending or as essential feedback? Every difficulty is an invitation to build a stronger version of yourself. And each time you respond with courage, perspective, and self-belief, you strengthen your emotional core. Think of each challenge as emotional weightlifting. It stretches you, it hurts, but ultimately, it shapes your inner strength. Today, decide to respond positively to adversity, no matter how hard it may seem. This doesn't mean denying your feelings. Feel them. Acknowledge your pain, anger, or disappointment, but then rise above them. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this shape me into someone better, wiser, and stronger? Start with small practices. When something goes wrong, whether it's a missed deadline, a disagreement, or an unexpected obstacle, take a breath. Center yourself. Instead of reacting emotionally, respond with purpose. Train your mind to see the lesson before the loss, the growth before the grief. Over time, these small victories will compound, just as Mr. Disney turned rejection into stepping stones. You, too, will see that your past pain becomes the foundation for your future power. Emotional resilience is not born overnight. It's cultivated through consistent effort, intentional reflection, and an unbreakable commitment to growth. Remember this: setbacks are not signs of weakness. They are tests of your strength. Life doesn't break you, it reveals you. And within you lies a deep well of untapped emotional power, waiting to be awakened. Walt Disney gifted the world castles, characters, and childhood memories. But perhaps his greatest gift was the silent lesson behind his smile. Dreams are not built on talent or luck alone, but on an indomitable spirit that refuses to quit. So, the next time life throws you a curveball, think of Mr. Disney, standing amidst rejection and financial ruin, sketching out a world no one else believed in. Let that image remind you, the power to endure and evolve lies within you. Embrace every difficulty not as a detour, but as a design, crafted to awaken the strongest, most resilient version of yourself. And when you do, you'll find that no adversity is greater than your capacity to rise above it. Consider the humble beginnings of Henry Ford. Born on a farm in rural Michigan, Ford had limited formal education and few resources. What Henry Ford lacked in resources, he made up for with an unwavering vision and belief in that vision. He imagined a world where the average person could own an automobile, and he committed his life to making that dream a reality. The road wasn't easy. Mr. Ford faced ridicule, repeated failures, and overwhelming criticism. Yet through it all, his belief in himself and his vision was his greatest strength. Ford's story is not just about innovation. It's a powerful lesson in emotional mastery. Every time someone called his ideas foolish, he didn't internalize their doubt. He used it as fuel to propel him forward. That emotional resilience, the refusal to let the opinions of others diminish his internal conviction, allowed him to rise above the limitations. Through his steadfast belief, Mr. Ford didn't just change the auto industry. He transformed the fabric of American society. This belief doesn't come from intellect alone. It's born from deep emotional alignment with your purpose. Your emotions don't just sit on the sidelines. They shape your belief in yourself. The stories you tell yourself, the inner dialogue you engage in every day, will determine whether you move forward with confidence or retreat in fear. Confidence is not a gift, it's something you cultivate. It arises when you consistently affirm your worth, your value, and your capability. If your inner dialogue is filled with self-criticism and doubt, your actions will mirror that story. You'll hesitate, procrastinate, and shrink from opportunities. But if your emotional dialogue affirms your strengths, acknowledges your growth, and embraces your potential, your actions will radiate confidence, courage, and commitment. Think about this. Every extraordinary achievement in history began with someone who chose to believe in themselves when no one else did. From scientists and inventors to artists and leaders, the common thread was emotional self-belief. And that belief wasn't always logical. It often went against what others considered reasonable. But it was real. And it was powerful. You have that same power right now. You have the ability to choose a new emotional story, to rewrite the narrative in your head. Start by recognizing the moments when doubt creeps in. Don't fight it, acknowledge it. Then, respond with the truth. You are capable. You are worthy. You are evolving. Build daily rituals that reinforce this truth. Speak affirmations aloud. Write down your strengths and accomplishments. Surround yourself with reminders of what you've overcome. Visualize your goals and picture yourself already living them. Let these practices strengthen your emotional core. The more you do this, the more natural confidence will become, not as a fleeting feeling, but as a permanent state of mind. Choosing to believe in yourself is not arrogance. It's self-respect. It's honoring the potential that resides within you, even when the world has yet to see it. Just like Henry Ford, your belief might be the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough. And that belief must be guarded, nurtured, and fiercely protected. Today, make the conscious decision to align your emotions with your greatness. Stop waiting for external validation. You are the author of your emotional narrative. Make it one of strength, clarity, and unshakable belief. Remember this: your self-belief sets the ceiling for your success. The higher you believe you can go, the higher you will rise. So raise your ceiling, stand firm in your potential, and let your emotions not sabotage, but support the incredible future that awaits you. Success is deeply intertwined with passion. It's the fuel that drives us, the spark that turns effort into excellence. Passion isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's a sustaining force that gives meaning, direction, and intensity to our lives. Without it, even the best laid plans can feel empty. But with it, we find ourselves capable of achieving the impossible. Look at the life of Albert Einstein. As a young man, he was often misunderstood and even ridiculed. Teachers labeled him slow. He struggled in traditional educational settings, but instead of succumbing to doubt, he tapped into his inner belief, letting his passion for discovery drive him forward. His journey shows us the power of persistence, self-belief, and emotional resilience. Nothing could stop him. Why? Because Albert Einstein's passion for physics burned brighter than any external doubt or discouragement. That passion fueled his perseverance, shaped his thoughts, and empowered him to reshape our understanding of the universe. The theory of relativity, one of the most groundbreaking scientific achievements in history, was born not from obligation, but from a deep personal obsession and joy. Passion ignites your emotions. It gives you the energy to keep going when the road gets tough. It sharpens your focus when distractions are calling and builds your resilience when failure tries to shake your foundation. Passion is what keeps you up at night, not with worry, but with excitement. It turns challenges into puzzles and setbacks into motivation. Without passion, life becomes mechanical. You wake up, go through the motions, and drift without purpose. But when you find what truly lights you up, everything changes. You stop merely existing. You begin to live. You begin to thrive. Passion isn't just for artists or inventors. It's for anyone willing to look within and ask, what lights me up? What would I do even if no one paid me? Even if no one understood? It could be writing, teaching, building, healing, exploring, or leading. The form doesn't matter. What matters is the fire within. Once you discover your passion, dedicate yourself wholeheartedly. Don't treat it as a side project or a weekend hobby. Make it the center of your emotional universe. Build your life around it, not the other way around. Protect it from doubt, from delay, from distractions. Feed it with learning, practice, and relentless commitment. Passion turns ordinary tasks into extraordinary missions. A person who writes because they must meet a deadline creates content, but someone who writes with passion creates art. A teacher working for a paycheck delivers lessons, but a passionate teacher changes lives. The same task, transformed by the presence of passion, becomes a legacy. Emotions play a crucial role in this transformation. When guided by passion, your emotions become allies. Joy becomes fuel. Frustration becomes a signal for growth. Curiosity becomes a compass. Even fear loses its grip when passion takes the lead, because your desire to succeed outweighs your fear of failure. You must also be ready to fight for your passion. Not everyone will understand it. Some may doubt you, dismiss you, or try to dissuade you. But your journey isn't theirs to understand. It's yours to live. And when you lead with passion, your conviction will eventually silence the critics and inspire those who once questioned you. Let today be the day you either reconnect with your passion or commit to finding it. Reflect on the moments in your life when you felt most alive. What were you doing? What topics make you lose track of time? What dreams keep returning no matter how often you suppress them? These are clues, emotional breadcrumbs guiding you toward your truest calling. Remember, passion is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the emotion that gives color to life and the force that turns ambition into achievement. When you align your work, your goals, and your identity with your passion, you become unstoppable. Let your passion lead. Let your emotions follow. And watch as your life transforms into something extraordinary. Life is always evolving. Nothing stays the same. Circumstances shift, relationships change, opportunities arise and disappear, and the unexpected becomes the norm. In such a world, adaptability is not just useful, it's essential. But while many see adaptability as a physical or mental trait, its deepest power lies in emotional flexibility. Charles Darwin, whose theories changed the way we understand life and evolution, recognized this truth. Often quoted for his insights into biological survival, Darwin believed that it is not the strongest or the most intelligent who survive, but those most adaptable to change. At the core of this adaptability is emotional resilience and agility. Emotional adaptability is the ability to stay grounded and responsive rather than reactive when life shifts direction. It's the capacity to face uncertainty with composure, to learn from change, and to grow instead of breaking under pressure. Charles Darwin, in developing his groundbreaking theories, faced immense criticism, resistance, and doubt. Yet, His emotional flexibility allowed him to remain patient, thoughtful, and persistent, ultimately transforming science and human thought forever. Now, think about your own life. How do you react when the unexpected happens, a sudden career shift, a failed plan, or an opportunity slipping away? Do you panic, resist, or shut down? Or do you pause, breathe, and adapt? The difference between success and stagnation often lies in the brief moment between stimulus and response. In that space, you have the power to choose. To cultivate emotional adaptability, start with awareness. When overwhelmed by change, don't react impulsively. Instead, pause and ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values and long-term goals? This moment of reflection can transform chaos into clarity. Next, see challenges as opportunities for emotional growth. Each time life throws something unexpected your way, view it as training. Adaptability, like any skill, strengthens with use. The more you lean into discomfort with curiosity and courage, the more emotionally agile you become. What once rattled you will no longer faze you. What once seemed like disruption will become transformation. Flexibility doesn't mean being passive or aimless. It means having a strong inner core while allowing your strategies to shift. It's about knowing your purpose while adjusting your path. Emotionally flexible people don't abandon their goals, they evolve their approach. They bend without breaking, shift without losing direction. In today's ever-changing world, this kind of agility is a superpower. Whether navigating career changes, personal transitions, or global uncertainties, emotional adaptability allows you to stay calm, learn quickly, and make wise decisions. It helps you grow through what you go through, turning trials into tools and setbacks into setups for success. Practice this every day. When plans don't work out, respond with curiosity instead of frustration. When people surprise you, seek understanding rather than judgment. When you face disappointment, look for the hidden lesson. Over time, these small choices will create an emotionally resilient mindset. Remember, you cannot control all the events in your life, but you can control how you respond to them. Your response determines your path. As Darwin taught us, it is not the strongest who thrive, but the most adaptable. And true adaptability starts with your emotions. Choose today to develop emotional flexibility. Let it be your compass in uncertain times and your strength in moments of doubt. As life continues to evolve, your ability to adapt emotionally will guide you closer to your goals and unlock your fullest potential. Learning never ceases. It is the one journey with no final destination. With every fact absorbed, every concept understood, and every skill mastered, we undergo transformation, not just intellectually, but emotionally. Emotional maturity is not fixed. It evolves, expands, and deepens with the continuous acquisition of knowledge. Each new lesson life offers is an opportunity to rise above our previous selves, to see more clearly, feel more deeply, and act more wisely. Few lives exemplify this truth more than Andrew Carnegie's. Arriving in the U.S. as a poor immigrant from Scotland, he had every excuse to surrender to hardship. But he didn't. Carnegie chose learning as his weapon. Books became his mentors, experiences his classrooms. He famously said, "A library outranks any other one thing a community can do to benefit its people." His belief in the power of knowledge wasn't just theoretical, it was through relentless self-education that he built the largest steel empire in the world. Carnegie's emotional maturity, developed through years of struggle, discipline, and learning, allowed him to make decisions with clarity and lead with vision and integrity. Learning is the root of emotional growth. Every new piece of knowledge challenges your worldview. It forces you to reevaluate long-held beliefs, to empathize with perspectives different from your own, and to manage your emotional reactions in the face of complexity. With every page you turn and every mistake you correct, your ability to stay calm under pressure, reason through chaos, and act with humility and confidence grows. This is the quiet power of education. It shapes your character as much as it shapes your intellect. Investing in self-improvement every day isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The world is always changing, and we must change with it. This doesn't just mean formal education. Listening deeply, observing patiently, and reflecting consistently, these are all acts of learning as vital as any classroom lesson. When you commit to growth, you build resilience. You train your mind to be curious, not judgmental, open, not rigid. You start to see failure not as defeat, but as feedback. Each new skill you acquire and every insight you gain becomes part of your emotional toolkit. As you learn more, your decisions become sharper. You begin to weigh consequences wisely. You become less reactive and more responsive. Emotional intelligence is honed through the friction of experience and the lubrication of knowledge. You don't just learn how to succeed, you learn how to endure, adapt, and thrive. This journey of constant learning is where true success is forged, not the success of wealth alone, but the success of a full, meaningful life, a life that impacts others, stands strong in crisis, and knows itself. Emotional maturity isn't granted by age or status. It's earned through intentional growth, and that growth is fueled by learning. Let learning be your daily ritual. Let curiosity be your constant companion. Read books, ask questions, seek mentors, and embrace feedback. With every new thing you learn, you aren't just getting smarter. You're becoming wiser, stronger, and more complete. That's the promise of continuous learning. That's the path to lasting success. A positive mental attitude is your most powerful emotional ally. It's the invisible force that lifts you when life tries to weigh you down. While you can't always control your circumstances, you can always control how you respond to them. That response begins with your mindset. When your mental lens is shaped by optimism and hope, you unlock an extraordinary emotional strength that transforms how you navigate life. Norman Vincent Peale, the champion of positive thinking, brought this principle to the forefront of modern self-development. In his groundbreaking book, The Power of Positive Thinking, he emphasized the transformative nature of a constructive mindset. He didn't promote blind optimism, but rather a deliberate, faith-driven perspective that sees beyond temporary setbacks. Time and again, he showed how people, by changing their thoughts, could change their lives. His philosophy was simple but profound. You're not beaten unless you believe you are. Your emotions are shaped by your inner dialogue. What you tell yourself daily becomes the soundtrack of your life. Negative thoughts are like heavy anchors. They drain your emotional energy, distort your judgment, and limit your potential. In contrast, positive thoughts are like wings. They lift you, energize you, and open your mind to new possibilities. Every challenge becomes a lesson. Every setback, a setup for a comeback. This isn't fantasy, it's the real, tangible power of a positive mental attitude. Positivity doesn't ignore problems. It redefines how you perceive and face them. A positive mindset trains you to ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of why is this happening to me? It shifts your focus from blame to responsibility, from obstacles to opportunities. When you adopt this mindset, your emotions align with your goals. You find motivation even in difficulty. You stay focused when others give up. You cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. Decide today to become the architect of your emotional environment. It begins with awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that flow through your mind. Are they lifting you up or tearing you down? Are they rooted in hope or in fear? Choose to feed your mind with thoughts that empower, uplift, and inspire. Read motivating books, surround yourself with positive influences, and speak kindly to yourself. These small, consistent habits shape the emotional climate in which you live. The power of a positive mental attitude goes far beyond personal success. Positivity is contagious. Just as negativity can pull a room down, positivity can lift it. When you radiate optimism, others feel it. Your words inspire, your actions motivate, and your presence becomes a source of strength to those around you. In teams, families, and communities, one person's positive mindset can spark a wave of hope and productivity. Let your attitude be your legacy. Decide that no matter the circumstances, you will respond with faith, courage, and purpose. Life will test you, but your mindset will determine whether those tests defeat you or define you. Positive thinking isn't a shield against pain, but a sword that helps you rise through it. In every moment, you have a choice. Choose to see the good. Choose to speak with kindness. Choose to believe in your potential. When you nurture a positive mental attitude, you don't just improve your emotional well-being. You unlock the door to personal greatness, and in doing so, you give others permission to do the same. Let your light shine. Let your mindset uplift. Let your emotional strength become the spark that ignites transformation wherever you go. Our emotions significantly influence our habits and the way we feel each day. The waves of hope, frustration, excitement, or doubt directly impact the choices we make and the routines we build. Emotions aren't just fleeting sensations. They are the silent architects of our behavior. If left unchecked, they can lead us down the path of impulsiveness and inconsistency. But when managed with discipline, they become powerful allies in crafting a life of purpose. One of the greatest examples of emotional mastery is Benjamin Franklin. A man of humble beginnings, Franklin rose to become a statesman, inventor, writer, and one of the most respected figures of his time. He understood the deep connection between emotions and habits. Franklin developed a personal system of self-improvement based on 13 virtues, including temperance, industry, and resolution. Each week, he focused on mastering one virtue, tracking his progress in a journal. This structured approach to personal development wasn't just about external habits, it was deeply rooted in emotional discipline. He understood that to lead a meaningful life, he needed to align his emotions with his intentions. Your daily actions are the foundation of your future. Every habit you form, good or bad, is born from an emotional cue. Stress may lead to procrastination, boredom may drive distraction, and fear may trigger avoidance. But imagine if you could pause, examine the emotion behind the habit, and choose differently. This is where emotional discipline comes in. It gives you the ability to respond instead of react, to act with intention rather than impulse. Reflect on your current habits. Are they in harmony with the future you want? Do they reflect the version of yourself you strive to become? If not, it's time to reframe your approach. Replace emotional impulsiveness with structured discipline. Start by identifying one habit that no longer serves you. Ask yourself what emotion fuels this habit. Is it insecurity, anxiety, or apathy? Then consciously replace it with a behavior that supports your growth. Repeat this process consistently, and you'll witness a quiet revolution within. Emotional discipline isn't about suppression, it's about understanding and redirection. It's the ability to observe your feelings without being controlled by them. When you master this skill, you gain control over your habits and, by extension, your destiny. Start small, wake up with a purpose, set intentions, practice gratitude, exercise patience. These actions, when repeated, become habits. And these habits, when aligned with your vision, create the life you desire. The most successful individuals aren't those who never feel doubt or fear, but those who don't let these emotions dictate their behavior. Greatness is built on a foundation of constructive habits. It's not one extraordinary act, it's the power of routine. Successful people don't rely on rigid discipline. They cultivate purposeful habits that guide them through life's ups and downs. They remain focused when distractions arise, and they persevere when challenges get tough. Emotions will always be a part of your human experience, but they don't have to control your actions. Let your emotions be signals, not dictators. Let them inform you, not command you. With consistent emotional discipline, you can shape your habits into powerful tools for success. Become the author of your own routine. Create rituals that elevate your mind and body. Design a life with intention, one habit at a time, just like Benjamin Franklin did. Build a personal system that reflects the person you want to become. Track your progress, celebrate your consistency, and, most importantly, stay emotionally grounded. In the end, it's not talent or luck that shapes a meaningful life. It's the accumulation of disciplined habits, crafted and sustained by emotional wisdom and unwavering intent. Your legacy isn't defined by what you do in the moment. It's shaped by how you control your emotions over time. Think about the legacy you want to leave. How do you want to be remembered? Every emotion you master today will contribute to the impact you make tomorrow. Choose to harness your emotional power and use it to positively influence the lives of others. Each day is an opportunity to build your legacy, to leave a lasting imprint on the world by mastering your emotions, shaping history, and lifting those around you. Today, take control of your greatest force for change, your emotions. Your journey begins now. Decide, act, and build your legacy. So remember this: greatness isn't about a single moment. It's about the daily habits that shape who you become. It's about mastering your emotions, staying disciplined, and using your routine to drive your success. Every small choice you make today is an investment in the legacy you'll leave tomorrow. You have the power to build a life of purpose and impact, and it starts with you. If you're ready to take control and start building your legacy, don't wait. Begin today. Hit that like button if this resonated with you. Share this with someone who needs a boost. And don't forget to subscribe for more motivational content. Let's grow, let's build, and let's create the future we deserve. Keep pushing forward. Your journey starts now.